420 miles across the Arizona and California desert through blistering heat, dust, and wind. Pastor Tommy Barnett ran from Phoenix to Los Angeles for one cause: to raise money for the Los Angeles Dream Center.
To help support the LA Dream Center in 1997, just after his 60th birthday, Pastor Tommy set off on an epic 422-mile run through the desert from Phoenix to Los Angeles. Losing several toenails, enduring blisters, and excruciating joint pain, Pastor Tommy completed his run in only 21 days. That's the equivalent of running a marathon in every one of those days.
Well, Grandpa, it seems like every single Barnett has had some crazy run in their ministry career.
You're next.
I don't think so. I wouldn't count on that. So because I don't understand this whole running thing, please tell me, what was it that made you decide to run from Phoenix to LA?
Well, you know, in high school, I ran the distance races, and I enjoyed it very, very much. And I had a dream. I had a dream that when I went in the ministry at 16 years of age, that I'd like to run from Los Angeles to New York City. And the dream was that along the way, in the major cities, I would hold revivals, and I would use the publicity of the young men running across America to draw a crowd, that I could preach to more people and see more people saved. Well, nobody was running across America at that time. So it would be very unique. But God began to bless the ministry. It took a lot of time to run across America. And it seemed like that dream kind of faded away. So when I turned 60 years of age, I thought, I want to do something to meet the dream that God put in my heart. I won't have time to run across America, but I want to run from Phoenix to Los Angeles. And at that time, we just started the Dream Center. And we were trying to buy the Queen of Angels Hospital, and it would take $4 million to buy it. So I thought, what if I would use that run to raise money to pay for the Dream Center? So I began to get people to sponsor so much a mile and churches to get behind it. And I took off on a journey that was 436 miles across the Mojave Desert, and endured a lot of things on this race. But I was able to make it to Los Angeles, and I ran into the Chinese Brahmin Theater, the most popular theater where they do all the premieres and so forth. And the church met me over there, the LA Dream Center, and some movie stars, Diane Cannon, who came to our church, and the guy who sang Lady Love, I'm trying to think of his name right now, but he was there. And then we ran 7 miles to the Dream Center with all the Dream Center people while they played Rocky on a big megaphone that followed us down. And when I ran into the Dream Center, they threw confetti and everything you can imagine, and it was a dream came true.
What was the toll like on your body? I'm sure that your body took a huge toll.
You know, every morning when I woke up, I could hardly get out of bed. The first day I ran over 30 miles, about 35 miles. The adrenaline was pumping and I was excited. But I averaged a marathon a day for 19 days, which almost seems impossible. But I lost all my toenails. I had blisters all over my feet. My feet swelled from 9s and 1/2s to 11s. And when I got to the Dream Center, I even had phlebitis in my legs. And that lasted for over a year. But I recovered. And it was very gruesome, but let me tell you, it was a dream of a lifetime. You know, a couple of Sundays ago, we had Father's Day. We had a father come forward and we gave out prizes to the youngest father who had the most children. I looked at this man, and he was a man who was from the reservation. And he saw me running across the desert, and he asked me what I was doing. And I said, I'm running to LA. He looked at me shocked, and he said, what for? And I said, to raise money for homeless people, people addicted by drugs and alcohol. Tears came in his eyes. And he said, it sounds like a place I need to be. He said, I'm addicted. He said, I'm getting ready to go to prison because of my addiction. He said, I'm a great athlete. They call me the Michael Jordan of the tribe that I belong to. And he said, I need to give my life to Christ. and I led him to the Lord. And then he said, I want to get baptized. I said, well, there's no water out here. We're in the desert. He said, but I want to get baptized. I said, there's no water. Sounded like a man of the Bible, remember? And there was no water.
Yeah.
So the guy traveled with me, followed me, and gave me a bottle of water and said, stick your head out the window. So I, with a bottle of Evian, stick your head out the window. We said, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And so we baptized him Methodist style till we got back home, and then we baptized him in water. But it was a wonderful, wonderful trip.
Sounds like God used you for many different reasons on that just one trip. So what were the fruits from this? Do we have the Dream Center today? What happened?
Did you know we were able to raise $750,000? And today the Dream Center is built. It took $50 million to bring it up to code, to redo this huge place. And it's completely finished. It is debt-free for the glory of God. People are being saved. It'll hold 900 people coming off drugs and alcohol and all kinds of addictions, and God's using it greatly for his purpose. So God uses strange ways to get the gospel out.
Well, God has used you in your life in so many amazing ways, and he's not done using your life. You're still doing amazing things right now in your present life. Let's take a look at what you're doing.